welcome back to Fire Horizons Gaming. My name is Ben, and today we're continuing on with Suzerain 2.0. So last time out, we read a just crap load of reports, as well as got our first briefing on the political situation in the country. So I guess let's pick it up here with just even more reports. So I'm going to start with the newspapers. Alright, so from Wholesword Post, fire strikes Wholesword State University archive. A sudden fire broke out in the archives of Wholesword State University, engulfing a significant part of the academic administration building. It was put out by local firefighters after burning for 8 hours and ravaging through the historic library, which housed many priceless documents. Reporters on the scene have relayed that the event occurred in the evening, with multiple staff of the faculty being transported to the hospital with severe burns, but no deaths occurred. The rector, Sandra Novak, immediately commented that the incident damaged several academic works and employee records. We might have lost the world, we might have lost Maricopa. We won't know until the day we can enter the facility to evaluate. And a committee for reforms. Speaker Gloria Torrey said that a committee which includes all three political parties of the Assembly has been formed for the preparation of potential changes to the Constitution. The committee has been asked to submit a comprehensive report to find a solution for the current problematic state of affairs in governmental institutions. Torrey said, USP wants to appeal to the people of Sutherland to help in maintaining stability and order in the state. The details of the committee regarding its actual topics or its members have not been clarified. Cool. Alright, from The Economist, Alfonso abandons Lotherberg's executive conclave. In a stunning development, former president, current chairman of GASM, Evaldo Alfonso, has announced his departure from the exclusive Lotherberg group. His decision has been fueled by growing disillusionment with the interests of the secretive organization. Alfonso has been quoted saying he's intent on charting his own course away from Lotherberg. However, this abrupt exit from the group, only a few years after his defeat in the 1953 elections, marks another political setback for the man who led Sutherland into its deepest recession back in 1951. Cool. Alright, we've got two of them here from the Lockhaven Times. Let's see, Swedish National League starts season. As the Swedish National League prepares to kick off its 1954-55 season, the excitement and anticipation surrounding the league is greater than ever before. Football, once minor pastime of Sutherland, has steadily grown in popularity over the past decade, with the National League emerging as a premier platform for the country's top teams to showcase their skills and compete for the coveted championship title. FC Gilsord, last season's champions, returned with a core of experienced veterans, including star striker Håkan Brunner, who holds the top scorer title of the league since 1952. Meanwhile, FC Anarka have managed to add several new players to the lineup after new investments coming to the club, and is looking to bounce back after splitting seasons and reclaim a spot as contenders for the championship. While it's impossible to predict whether FC Gilsord will finally be best of the season, one thing is certain: the Swedish National League is slowly spinning itself as a force in the world of football. In the 1954-55 season, should be a testament to the strong prestige and popularity. And support and assembly grows for campaign finance bill. The bill that changed criteria for the allocation of public funds to political parties is proposed by Representative Alvin Clausen from the USB. The bill aims to change the criteria from the proportion of votes won in general elections to the proportion of seats won by a political party in the Grand National Assembly. This will result in an increase of about 28 million rand to the governing United Sutherland Party, which benefit the most from the proposed bill. The new bill will give political parties an annual amount of 500,000 rand per member of assembly. Alright, and from the Radical, unearthed to the ISM incident. Decades after the infamous ISM incident, new unconfirmed information emerges that challenges the official state narrative. As per anonymous former Black Battalion sources, the incident was not an act of foreign aggression to destabilize Sutherland, but a government conspiracy to gain influence. Materials related to members of the Old Guard faction revealed startling information about the involvement of high-ranking government officials in the incident, some of which are in powerful positions to this day. Our paper won't be disclosing the details due to potential safety reasons. This fresh perspective on the bloody incident of 1933 necessitates reassessment of Swedish history, promising to reshape our understanding of the British movement. There's two of them here from Geopolitico. Rizzi lays claim to offshore gas fields, prices fluctuate in Maricopa. In a surprising move, the Kingdom of Rizzi has officially laid claim to the newly discovered glorious offshore gas field near the Grand Duchy of Pales, putting immense pressure on the small nation. This move has caused energy gas prices to fluctuate significantly across the Maricopan continent, affecting local economies. The tension in the region has intensified as both nations are now locked in dispute over the value of natural resources, while the Maricopan country is closely watching the situation. Rizzi's claim to the gas fields is based on historical records and/or maritime boundary agreements that date back decades, asserting that they hold rightful ownership of the resources. Grand Duchy of Pales, however, contests these claims, saying that their own records and agreements provide them with the rights to exploit the gas fields. The situation has attracted international attention, with several nations offering to mediate the dispute to prevent further escalation. Amid the ongoing conflict, energy companies operating in Maricopa have raised concerns about the potential disruption of their operations and the adverse impact on the region's energy supply. If the dispute remains unresolved, it could lead to long-term consequences for the energy market and diplomatic relations in Maricopa. Remember coming south? Our foreign policy analysts reviewing the recent aggressive military and diplomatic developments of Nuremberg come to the conclusion it's highly likely that Nuremberg will keep trying to push further south, threatening the territories of Sorlin, Valen, and possibly Magnolia. The annexation of Dome many decades ago was just the beginning. Nuremberg seems to be on quest to secure all strategic resources east of Maricopa. Cool, I feel like I read all those last time, so maybe the autosave doesn't go quite as often as it did in the old version. So I guess I'll have to keep an eye out for that next time. But I'm fairly certain I didn't read any of these reports, so let's start learning. Alright, well, maybe I did read these, because this looks familiar too, but we're going to go for it anyway. Alright, Nature Preservation March. The Nature Preservation Foundation there has organized a march promoting ecological practices in nature preservation. The event witnessed significant participation, demonstrating local communities' commitment to environmental issues. This piece of demonstration successfully raised awareness about Larian's unique biodiversity and environmental challenges. Local authorities have noted the event and the message conveyed by the Foundation. Gina prepares tourism acts. Okay, yeah, I definitely read all these last time. So I'm just going to click through them real quick, so if you want to read them, go for it, but I've definitely done these before, so I'm not going to read these all again. Cool. Okay. So yeah, I definitely have to watch for that for later, because, yeah, definitely read all that before. It should have been marked off last time, but that's okay. Alright, let's check the overview. Let's see, so we have updated policy. There we go. Under law for the forum committee. Cool. Alright, I do like this. This is a nice update. Yeah, you can actually click through and get proper information and everything. That's pretty awesome. See, alright, well, let's just jump right on into our next meeting here. Briefing on the current economic situation. Simon Hall, Gus Manger, and Lilius Graf were about to arrive at the White Room for our scheduled economy meeting. This was the room in the Room Palace where all important meetings were held. Two assistants arrived first, carrying a heavy projector. They stood with it by the door, waiting for the ministers to enter. From the hallway, I heard Lilius Graf's voice. She was using the patient, almost motherly tone. She often took heed of arguments. Gus, do you really think that such an economically advanced area is a more needed investment than Ireland? Lilius, my interior minister, strode in. She was clad in shades of brown and beige, the only spot of color, bright yellow, Das Nurse cross on her necklace. Gus followed close behind. Don't be an idiot, Lilius. What about the unemployment crisis greater whole sword guilds and regions you're going through? Look, these areas are economic heartland. Gus curled his hands into fists. The Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development's temper hadn't changed since the days in the Alfonso administration, but neither did his reputation for getting things done. His far-reaching network of connections was unlike any other. Simon Hall quickly stepped between the two ministers without looking at either of them. He cleared his throat. Good morning, Mr. President. Good morning, everyone. How are you? I'm very well motivated, Mr. Rain. It seems our ministers are feeling the same. Yeah, I can clearly see that. What was that discussion about? We're having a discussion about the infrastructure plans. If I may, I'd like to talk to you about the... Simon interrupted. Oh, we'll get there, Gus. No rush. First, I'd like to conduct my economic presentation. Yeah, okay, whatever. Let's begin. I'm looking forward to this. Simon pulled a silk handkerchief out of his pocket, briefly wiped his glasses. My staff and I have comprehensively analyzed every aspect of... He was interrupted by a groan from one of the assistants by the door, both of whom were now visibly struggling to hold up the heavy projector. Now, you can put that there. He pointed below the painting of the President's soul. The assistants placed the projector next to the table and installed the white screen on the wall. Leave now. I mean, thank you, and please leave now. The assistants left the cabinet room. I was reminded that Simon never quite had a way with people, but his facility with numbers made him the most sought-after economic specialist in Sorpy. Simon started looking for his slides. He always carried documentation around with him. We're just gonna wait. Lilius leaned to the table and spoke. Simon, what happened to the new police station construction in Estord? While going through his briefcase, he paused for a moment to answer. It got installed due to a government property boundary issue. I haven't mean to look at it. I could take a look at that one. Estord needs all the security help it can get. Sure. More time for me to spend on analyses. His eyes glittered when he finally found the slides he was looking for. There have been some developments about Storage Run losing further value today. We've been trying to stabilize it with Central Bank. The session of 51 put enormous pressure on the economy, resulting in the collapse of the value of our currency. The entire situation was a significant cause of concern for our administration. What would you like to know about the current economic situation? Well, what's our GDP and debt situation? Our current GDP is 310 billion rand, and the national debt is 427 billion. It's still hard to fathom we lost nearly 150 billion in wealth. These past 3 years were tough. What's our unemployment and inflation rate? Unemployment has skyrocketed and is now at a staggering 16%. The inflation is at a relative high of 10%. Unemployment is increasing crime and drug use. We need to get people off the streets. Inflation isn't helping an average citizen either. Well, what's the status of the recession? The economy has been in a recession of about minus 6% the past year. The average GDP has dropped from 15,454 per capita to 10,359 from 1991 to now. This administration's success depends on our ability to stop the recession. The sooner we can reach GDP growth, the better. Alright, well, I think I have all the information I need. Let's move on to the strategy. Simon scattered the paper stack in front of him in an orderly manner and took a final look at his notes before clearing his throat. As you can see, the situation is alarming, but not everything is negative. The extensive privatization program with Alfonso and key foreign direct investments left us a large budget surplus, which we can use to stabilize the crisis. The primary subject we need to settle on is what general path we will take in our term. Solonomics-based nationalization happened in the 30s. Alfonso's privatization began during the end of the 40s, so our administration focused on. One of our main promises was to promote a plain economy self-sufficient. To be frank, I still don't think this is a good idea. We should go back to Solonomics. It's the reason for the recession. Self-sufficiency will help us in tough times. Simon ignored the statement. Let's see. The economic systems without regulation are bound to fail. Obviously, there's some regulation in all these systems, otherwise it'd be anarchy. Nobody wants a chaotic society. From taxes to standard goods, there are many elements that require that regulate all aspects of the system. But it's enough? I doubt it. If we can manage to plan more aspects of the economy, our chances of success would increase with the talent team like ours. The structural problems of Solonomics were going to lead to recession, according to the predictions at the time anyway. Either way, even if we pick one of the doctrines, we retain the option to make economic choices on a case-by-case basis. That is, however, not recommended in my point of view. The last thing we need is a chaotic economic plan. Finally, so we can both agree on this. There is another important point which has direct impacts on our economy: superpowers. We have done well not aligning ourselves with any one of them. Economically speaking, an isolationist policy overall can only work if we reap benefits of both spheres and the rivalry. It is a very dangerous attempt, but still possible. We must be very cautious. There are schemes being devised about Solden. We cannot give in to their once now or in the future, otherwise our country will turn into a palm. I still haven't decided if they wish to come with a deal. A deal that would surely come out with more profit while our people suffer. Oh, we don't know that. We should wait and see. The deals we could get by aligning ourselves with strong country that caused a recession would surely end in no time. Lily has a sip of water from a glass. When the time comes, I hope we make the right decision for our own good. We should attract more foreign direct investment, Mr. President. We saved the country from full-on depression in 1952 and 1953 by signing lucrative trade deals with nations such as Russia, Latvia, and Kino. Cool, so that's new. I've never even heard of either of these two. Interesting. Alright. Simon cleared his throat again. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Minister Vichy will be in charge of informing on these types of foreign policy decisions. We must first decide on our internal economic plan. Simon put forward a legal document outlining the possibilities of both economic doctrines listed. Cabinet members looked at me. What's on our long-term economic schedule? Picking construction company, trade relations, tax reform, welfare privatization, or nationalization initiatives will be some of them. We must choose wisely and remember that the free market economy in all forms is the future of the world. I wouldn't be so sure. Alright, let's just go and ask another question. Would a planned economy focus bring us stronger allies? It would make a united continent make our country more positive. They are proponents of the planned economy. The influence of Rakaja has on the world economy is extensive. Our economic strategy should be based on internal reasoning, though. Cool. Well, we're going to stick with the planned economy. So, we have to thank Sol and his planned economy for the boom. It clearly shows success with the system. Precisely the reason why we should stick to the old system. State planning and regulation both show great success in the 30s. Only for a limited time, believing Tarkin Sol himself discovered the system. The slowdown began during his rule, remember? Yeah, whatever. Let's move on with the conclusion. What are your final thoughts, Mr. President? Critical institutions must remain in state control. We must be fully responsive in delivering services. If you could be, and it wouldn't be negative, but either way, you make the choices. So, what will our general economic plan promote? Promote a planned economy, as we promised, obviously. Not sure if we made the right decision there. Gus looked worried. And now that there's clarity in which direction we're heading, I will work on a good plan accordingly. This concludes our meeting. In our next gathering, we will talk about the economic infrastructure investment plan. Now that the economic direction was taken, the ministers dispersed for lunch in the Room Palace. Cool. Wow, alright. It seems like there's a lot more things that keep popping in here than there were in the old version. I don't know, maybe not. It just feels like there's a lot. 7 newspapers again, and probably as many reports. So I guess let's just start here in Morna. Let's check out the reports. Right, yeah, there we go. We got 8 of them this time. Alright, so from Morna, increasing unemployment. The number of people filing for unemployment in Morna continues to rise as the recession continues. The change in economic conditions is historic and stunning in its speed, said the mayor of Morna. In the aftermath of the crisis in 1951, the unemployment rate in Morna rose to 9% the following year. The last 6 months have almost erased all gains in employment over the last 2 decades. Nice. Alright, we have an infrastructure report here from Gelsord. The recession led to reduction in rail assets, with more than a fifth of the railway network, itself antiquated, being mothballed in recent years. While the main lines of the railway network are currently in service, increasing demand in goods from Gelsord to the capitals, pushing the network to its limits. The rail signaling system in the region dates from the middle of the last century and is also in need of improvement. No kidding, jeez. Alright, another infrastructure report from Linkerd. The recent collapse of tourism industry in Linkerd has led to reduction in trade traffic and road maintenance. The road network is currently in service but is in need of substantial improvement. Ports, country roads, and bridges similarly suffer from lack of investment. Firms doing business in Linkerd report a significant shortage of warehousing facilities, particularly refrigerated facilities, with implications both for the transportation system and the ability to serve the population's basic food and health needs. Fantastic. Alright, from Sarna, promising agricultural growth. For the first time in 3 years, the agricultural output of Sarna has increased. Many experts link the increased output to both a drop in temperatures and new farming practices that have been adopted in recent years. Additionally, farmers are now accessing more generous credit allowances from the government that were left over from the Alfonso administration. The Ministry of Agriculture reports that the region's agricultural industry has potential to become a powerhouse in the future if investments persist. That is actually cool. Alright, let's head to a totally new country here in Rizia. Rizia congratulates election victory. King Romus Toras of Rizia has formally extended warm congratulations to President Anton Rain following his electoral success. In an official address, he praised Orban's thriving democratic ethos and expressed keen interest in fortifying bilateral ties under the Rain administration. King anticipates a future of close cooperation and mutual respect between the two nations. Cool. Be interested in meeting this guy. Alright. CSP and Federation of Onraka signed historical NAP. A significant step forward in international diplomacy, the Kantanan Security Pact, intergovernmental military and economic alliance of 9 countries led by United Kantana, has signed a 5-year non-aggression pact with the Federation of Onrakan Isles. This landmark agreement underlines the CSP's commitment to broadening its influence beyond its home continent of Kantana while maintaining peaceful relations across the globe. The pact demonstrates the CSP's ongoing efforts to peacefully extend its influence across the Onrakan Archipelago. Jeez. That was harder to say than it should have been. Whatever. Anyway, marking an important turn in the complex geopolitical landscape. As the CSP strengthens its global position to counteract capitalist influence of the ATO, this agreement signals a commitment to strategic, peaceful expansion that respects the sovereignty of nations lying in the ocean between the United Kantana and Abkhazia. That's interesting and definitely brand new. Alright, so let's head back to Lockhaven again for sea rig maintenance. The Gasom Sea Rig off the coast of Lockhaven has paused oil extraction operations for essential maintenance. The rig has been a significant contributor to Lockhaven's oil output, and its temporary shutdown could impact the city's production levels. The maintenance timeline remains uncertain. Local government is monitoring the situation, making arrangements to ensure minimal disruption in the city's oil supply. Until then, normal operations remain suspended. And in Boren, booming wine demand. In Boren, there has been a significant surge in demand for local wines. This sudden increase has led to a busy season for vineyards and wineries across the region. The cause of this rise in demand comes from international interest, and it is certainly driving economic activity in the city. Wineries are ramping up production to meet the increased demand. The continued trend could further stimulate the region's economy. Cool. That looks like that's all of those. Alright, let's do our overview. There's probably this, just saying we decided to promote the plain economy. Cool. Alright, we've got 7 newspapers here, so let's get going. From the Whole Sword Post. Tourism, a beacon of hope for Swordland. The Swordland Tourism and Cultural Preservation Act, currently under deliberation of the Grand National Assembly, is a shining beacon of hope. Aimed at enhancing the tourism appeal of Boren, Reemery, Lockhaven, Onarka, and Benfey, the Act promises to position Swordland as a global tourist destination. As the nation grapples with economic hardship, the bill's potential to boost tourism and cultural preservation efforts provides a much-needed silver lining. Indeed. Alright, we got 2 of them here from Swordland today. So, fueling Swordland's tomorrow. Unfazed by recent political developments, Gazom is set to bolster Swordland's infrastructure and support its ongoing development efforts. As one of Swordland's largest corporations, Gazom's financial aid, logistical support, and equipment aid are crucial to Swordland's economic resurgence. Support provided by Gasom, whose roots are intertwined with Swordland's modern history, is a testament to the corporation's dedication to Swordland's prosperity. This advertisement was sponsored by the Alfonso Foundation. Genius. An economy meeting held in Holsor. Contacts close to government report that yesterday Swordland's economic policy has been planned behind closed doors. Shortly after the meeting, it was also attended by President Rain. The Ministry of Economy has released a statement regarding the short-term economic plans, which include the promotion of a planned economy. Cool. Alright, from The Economist, Armadine Industries pioneering electronics. A new prototype with the first pocket radio is displayed by the Akazian electronics company Armadine Industries in Ventry City. After 6 years of research, the engineers behind the pocket transistor radio have revealed that the material science questions regarding the composites have been solved. The company is now filing patents for the product. The CEO of Armadine, Aaron Bridges, is predicting an IPO at VCSE in the upcoming years. In a bid to raise further investment, Mr. Bridges called for all venture capitalists who believe in the future of science and technology in the marketplace to invest in the company. President of Akazian, Dwight Walker, praised the bright minds of Akazian engineers following the announcement and called for further technological advancements for the military-industrial complex. Alright, Lockhaven Times. Freezing temperatures recorded. The Meteorological Institute has reported the record low temperature of minus 29 in the city of Suzerain. A warning for frostbite has been issued in the cities of southern Bergia. People are advised not to go out unless they must due to the risk of frostbite. Schools are closed for this period. Cool. Alright, we got 2 from the Radical. Alfonso ditches Lothar, a sign of discord. Evald Alfonso, the once influential political figure in foreign press, has publicly severed ties to the influential Lothar group. Frustrated by the group's direction, Alfonso, the current chairman of Gasom, is determined to steer his own path. Despite this apparent show of independence, one can't help but view his decision as a demonstration of the growing rift within Lothar. Alfonso's political failures, including a devastating loss to President Anton Ray in the 1953 elections and his triggering of the 1951 recession, cast a long shadow over this move. And last up, nationalist violence. A man in his 20s has been beaten with baseball bats in a paramilitary-style attack on Arbery. The man claims to have been attacked because of his ethnic background as an Agna-Source citizen. He was approached during a walk in a park by a group of right-wing extremists who were suspected of being regulars of the local National Front Party office. The group inflicted injuries to his legs and arms, police said. The man was brought to the hospital after making his way to nearby property. The police service of Arbery said it was a brutal attack for which there is no justification. There's no place for attacks such as this in our society, said Eric Neal, mayor of Arbery, and called for unity and urged restraint from the populace. Fantastic. Alright, well, let's head back to Sordland for a meeting on media strategy. Lucien and Pate arrived at my office to talk about recent developments in the media strategy. They both took their seats across from me. Lucien put on his reading glasses and quickly went over to documents. Pate turned to Lucien and nodded.
Greetings, gentlemen. I have just received further information from the interior about the sudden fire that broke out the Holsword University State Archives. So I said they're on Holsword State University Archives.
Tell me more.
The initial reports from Holsword Police Chief indicate a potential arson case. In accordance with protocol, the Source Intelligence Directorate has been called.
Yes, I do. It would be necessary for this. Why would anyone hit the archives of the university in the first place? I see no logical motive there.
It seems like the chief suspects foreign sabotage. They inform us that a large section of the archive has been destroyed, and included tens of thousands of globally recognized research documents and original by the great thinkers of our people.
It's a shame so much knowledge was lost.
Luckily, most originals have copies in other universities and some international libraries. The first edition of my favorite book, The Geopolitics of Solon by Herman Eccles, was destroyed too.
Maybe it was just a freak accident. We do have the copies of most important works, no single fire can eradicate the knowledge. I see no point in destroying employee records either. More importantly, Lucien mentioned that Marcel Koronti contacted him. The Korontis had always been known as one of the richest, most influential families in Sordland. Marcel Koronti was no exception. He was the oldest son of Conor F. Koronti, the industrialist and media mogul who founded HOS, the richest man in the entirety of Sordland. Lucien turned to me.
He has offered to meet with you, Mr. President.
Well, what does he want?
After the passing of his father, may he rest in peace, Marcel aims to become the next CEO of the Heart of Sordland conglomerate. He mentioned a productive collaboration.
They are a powerful, influential media conglomerate. To start with the young Sordland State newspaper, the Source Broadcasting Corporation,
which means it would be wise to have him on our side. Sorry for interrupting.
What does this productive collaboration entail?
He did not wish to explain the details over the phone, but rather in person. I believe I'll be receiving a call from him sometime soon. However, as Peter said, they have substantial power over the content of media outlets. Headlines, radio shows, that is what he'd be offering. What he wants to return is what we need to understand. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. First, we need to determine our general approach to media.
I'm no media expert, but Lucy made some interesting arguments at preparation meeting yesterday.
There are two ways we can approach media. One of them is by influencing it, which has clear advantages. The other one is keeping it independent.
Media is a tool we use.
I agree. Media plays a huge role in adapting public opinion towards our views and policies, while helping us avoid damage from scandals and mistakes. But I do acknowledge that this will sound a bit harsh. I certainly believe that our perspective, knowledge, and experience allows us to have superior judgment compared to the average Source citizen.
I share your opinion. I concur. Even if we don't use it, we should be able to have control over it.
You both are aware of my certain expertise with public opinion sway. I will make sure the media is on our side.
2 knocks were heard on the door. Please come in. Olivia Sooner, my new secretary, entered the office. Dark curls bounced as she crossed the room to my desk. She spoke with a slight lilt in her voice. Excuse me, Mr. President. Mr. Grant's secretary has been calling me and wanted me to relay a message. Marcel Koronti, the new CEO of Heart of Sordland Conglomerate, is on the line from Sordland. Well, the ball's in our court now.
Would you like to talk with him, sir, or would you like me to?
You go ahead. Connect the line to my office. Makes more sense to have Lucien talk to him since he's the one who's been dealing with him to begin with. Right away, so you're connecting the call line one. Olivia left the room and the phone started ringing. Lucian picked it up. A few minutes passed as the two talked over the phone.
Good news indeed. Congratulations, Mr. Koronti. Thank you for contacting me about this. We'll talk later.
Lucian put the phone down. Well, some point that I couldn't wait.
He was just elected CEO by the board of directors. He offered a partnership deal regarding his media branch. He's inviting us to resort in Conrad for a meeting.
The board has decided rather quickly. It seems like giving him the confidence to approach us again.
He's going to offer a real deal and now has a part of the conglomerate too. The choice is up to you, Mr. President. I can set up the meeting soon.
Yeah, do it. Arrange a meeting with Mr. Koronti.
I'll set things up right away. Expect a worthwhile meeting next month.
Instead of then, looking forward to next month. I wonder if he has a pool. Lucian looked at his watch.
It appears we're done for today. We'll continue where we left off later. Thank you for your time.
Good work with Marcel. Keep it up. Lucian and Peter nodded before gathering the documents leaving my office. We were already getting the attention of key figures, and potentially dangerous ones. Awesome. Alright. Got a whole bunch of newspapers again, at least a few reports. So I got quite a bit of stuff to go through here. But that feels like as good a spot as any to go on call for today. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you all next time.